Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, guests. It was a few months ago that I was approaching a big birthday of mine, and I was a bit anxious. I was actually quite choked about it, didn't know what to do. Now normally for a birthday, it's quite fine for me. I wake up in the morning, open those presents, and there's the normal deodorant and a pack of socks, and the day goes on quite uneventful. But this one was a big birthday. It was my 40th birthday. It didn't help that my so-called friends were saying to me things like, "It's all downhill from here. You're over the hill now. Not long till you die." I actually didn't know one bit. But then the odd friend said to me, "Life begins at 40. I thought, maybe that is one of my true friends. They made me think back to when I was a bit younger. And what did I think of a 40-year-old? And I used to think, we just took one step away from that walking stick. They needed filler in their face because they were getting wrinkles. In fact, actually, all the men seemed to wear leather patches on their elbows or their cardigans. It's a strange crowd. They were all very ancient. But now I don't feel any of that. I don't feel like I'm ancient. I certainly don't wear leather patches on my elbows. In fact, actually, every morning I get up, I look in the mirror, and I see this 18-year-old looking back at me. I suppose my imagination, at least, is still intact. But I still feel fit. I still feel fine. I go out to do sport. I play soccer. I go cycling. I play golf. I still do it with, many people. Many people half my age. So I find I'm not ancient. I'm young. So I thought I'd ask my children, because I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, that I just had bad role models. And that's why I thought all 40-year-olds were ancient. And that my kids will now look at me and think, no, smart, sophisticated, and, quite young and trendy. So I asked my kids. Actually, it was quite a big mistake. We split it up anything into things that you lose and things that you gain when you're 40. So we started off with the things we lose. You lose your hair. So, okay, fine. You lose your eyesight. That's true as well. Then he said, you lose your mind. I went, what do you mean? And they said, well, Dad, you start to lose your memory. You lose track of things. I said, kids, what do you mean by that? They said, well, you lose your keys. And, that's how I went, oh, there's my car key. They go, exactly, Dad. Exactly. You lose your car key, you come in, you say, kids, where have you put the key? And they haven't touched it at all. And they said, we then find it in your coat pocket. I said, okay, that's fine. At that moment, my wife did pipe in and just say, that's not really an age-related trait, that's a man-related trait. He said, thank you to Cheryl, moved on. The other things they said we lose, they said you lose your strength, you lose muscle, and you lose intelligence. At that point, I stopped and thought, I'll move on to what do we gain. They said, well, Dad, you gain weight. I was there going, I don't think I've gained weight. What do you mean? They go, well, not so much weight, but your distribution. It's great. And they said, well, don't take this the wrong way, Dad, but your skin goes saggy. I was devastated. Went out and got some anti-wrinkle cream straight away. And then they said, you gain grey hair as well. I'm like, thanks to you, kids. And then other things that you gain, I said, they said, well, you gain hair. I said, well, but you told me you lose hair. They said, no, you gain hair in odd places. I said, what do you mean? They said, well, look at your nose. I thought, shaved it. I said, didn't you gain long hair on your eyebrows? And they said, as for the bush in your ears. And I was like, oh, sorry, kids. They said, do you want to know what else you gained? I said, kids. I said, leave it at that. You don't want to push that any further. But I said, well, what do you actually think of 40-year-olds? They said, overriding thing. And they deliberated for a while, thought about it, and then they came out with saying, well, really, any 40-year-old should be congratulated for getting that far in life. That's quite nice, I'll tell you. So I took all this information in, my so-called friends, what I thought when I was a youngster, what I think now, what my children now think, and obviously they don't think I'm suave and sophisticated. They think I'm ancient. And so I thought, well, what do I really, really think about coming to 40? And I decided, I do believe that, at 40, or coming to 40, life's what you make it. You're as young as you feel. Or as my wife will say, you're as young as the woman you feel. I'm not too sure about that because my wife's older than me. But, so, I do think though, when you get to 40, you've been through life, you've been through the tribulations, ups and downs. You know what you want out of life, you know how to get it, and you've got time on your side. So I do think that life does begin at 40, but then again, I would say that now, wouldn't I?